this. Ooh. Ah, man. Yo, 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 yo. What the fuck is good? How y'all doing? How y'all feeling? How are you all living? Welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to the stream. It is so good to see your beautiful faces with me here on the Twitch stream at 8:40 a.m. EST. I completely redid my sleep pattern to hit morning streams and market open on the West Coast now. You're going to make it, brother. I believe in you. That's fucking incredible. Welcome back on this beautiful Monday. We officially have 5 streams until I'm gone for a week. Yep, that is right. You heard it. You heard me correctly. I'm gone for a week. I am gone for a week. It's part of the game. Right as the bull market hits, I'm leaving everybody stranded and alone. That is exactly what is happening, and there's not a fucking thing I can do about it. Not a thing I can do about it, man. So welcome back. It was a beautiful weekend here in New York City. I don't know if you could tell from the puffiness in my eyes, but I stayed up way too late on Saturday night, and it was totally worth it, bro. So worth it. Stayed up way too late. Totally worth it. Shout out New York City. I told you I was meeting a finance legend on Friday, and I did. Chat, I did. Do you know who I met on Friday? I met a very special former stream guest, actually, is who I met on Friday. Imagine it was Daily Jerker and Pipe Bomb in the same room. I met Amit is Investing on Friday. It was awesome. Amit is Investing. And I'm just going to tell you guys, that dude has it. Like, I know I have it. Obviously, I have it. Like, I don't have to like convince anyone I got it. I know I got it. And the thing about having it is that you can identify when somebody else has got it. And that guy is an absolute weapon, dude. Because here's the thing is like, man, I do my stream I work all day, and I feel like there's no time left. I don't do anything else except for like Saturday. I'll have my occasional like 7 a.m. night. The sun's up. I'm still up. Other than the occasional Saturday, what's good, Chimp? I got nothing. There's nothing left for me to do. There's no more time in the day. And that guy streams twice. Bro, he streams twice a day. W streamer, twice a day. And his like solo bandwidth is unlike anything I've ever seen. So shout out to Amit is investing. That guy is a fucking animal. And it was a fun dinner. That's the thing about New York City, by the way, is everybody's just here. It's like, oh, cool. There's some like sick trader you want to meet. I bet you he's in New York City. If he's not, he's going to be here next week, which is fucking awesome. So shout out to Amit. Shout out to this weekend. Shout out to White Wine in the Club. And let's have a good stream. Let's do a little roll call, man. Lucky, what's good? Riley, what's good? Lefty Trading, what is good? Coop Redacted, what is good? Viblet, what's good? Tingle, Mac, D-Gods. First chatter, Trades, what's good? Bongo, what's good? Rectal, Live the Life TV. Tom, what's good? Bellex. Caleb, what's good? Houdini, what's good? Chimmy, what's good? XPT, what's good? Alex, what's good? Tom Brady, what is good? Rug, what is good? Levi, what is good? Just a Wick, what is good? Lucky Ram, what's good? Left curve maxing tweet. I like this guy. Okay, I'll get to this in just a second. Actually, let me move this over into our intro. Okay, we have a lot to talk about. We have a lot to get into. We have posted hi to Live the Life TV in the same sentence as me. We have Pump Fun looking incredible. We have Bitcoin looking incredible. We have on-chain firing on all cylinders. Although the FWA coin is down, it's firing on all cylinders. How about that, by the way? How cool is it that we find a new cool thing on chain? We start talking about it at like 5 mil or whatever. The founder's in the chat because he watches stream. He texts me. He says, yo, I'll come on. And then he joins the stream on a Discord voice for 30 minutes, answers every question, and then the token rips at 5x. That is called our community has motion. It's what that is. So that was definitely one of the stories of the weekend. FWA looks incredible. Pawns looks incredible. Everything looks nuts right now. I really think everything looks really good. Wars is paused. Pre-market stocks look decent. We'll do like a quick scroll. Like everything's red. Everything's green. Not great, but green. Even the IGV is green. The SOX is up 6. DRAM is up like 5. There's a lot that's green. Pawns is ripping. War is potentially paused. CXMT IPO. And there's All In did a segment. We'll see what happens to SpaceX. We have Apple versus Micron. We have a million things to cover, a million things to get into. I'm excited to be here one more time. If you would like to chat, twitch.tv/threadguy. Also, FOMC is coming as well. Yeah, there's a lot going on. The first thing I want to talk about, though, bro, I posted this clip on July 22nd for a topic that I've spent a lot of time discussing. And the topic is the next generation of celebrities are going to be traders, speculators, crypto traders, stock traders, whoever it is. These people are going to be in a world that worships money and assets and financial capital. Traders are the epitome of that. They're like the upper K. Okay, they're like what's out of a society that only cares about money. You spawn celebrity traders. And I posted this. It's not my first time I've talked about this take. Okay, but I posted it the other day and I focused on it. Like I really locked in on the take because I don't know. I feel like it's starting to happen. I watched Ansem walk around with $200 million in a Phantom wallet. And I posted this. And then Kimchi, who has become nothing less than an urban legend on TikTok, posts a tweet for the first time in April 29th, May, June, July, in 3 months. And it's like a little dump. Like him, where even is this? Taking pics I can't understand in locations I couldn't comprehend. What even is this? I don't even know where this is. Where is this? Okay, what is that on his wrist? I don't even know what that is. Chat, how much is this watch? How much is this watch? $1 million watch? Less, more? I don't really know. But he posts this little photo dump on Twitter, and this dump has 19 million views, brother. 700K. Which is 700K? Rainbow Rolex. I don't even know how to like. This is it, yeah? $420. This is the watch? This is the exact watch, or it's a little bit different? Is it the same? It's like a little different. It's like rose gold versus like, it's like a little bit different. It's like it's $420,000. Anyways, can't even comprehend that. He posts this dump. This thing has 19.5 million views in a day on Twitter, bro. In a fucking day. And the most jarring thing that I've seen recently that's gotten me pretty excited,
my coworker, is
I am seeing crypto meme coin stuff on my TikTok at a rate that is just gross. I saw this morning or last night, 10,000 likes. When the topic is about crypto meme coins and some pump fund in Solana, now I'm actually interested. I'm seeing it everywhere. Look at these clips are like blowing up on TikTok.
Your friends, I'll tell you your few.
He said yes. He said yes. He said yes.
I'm up so much money.
Neo.
I guess it's some shill for some like trading platform. But bro, it's everywhere. My entire TikTok feed is just like shit like this. I get it every third scroll right now.
Show me your friends, I'll tell you your future.
I'm getting it every third scroll. 30K likes, 50K likes, 100K likes.
You're dry, ain't like you're a loser.
I'm seeing it everywhere. I don't know if he's paying or what's going on. But what I do know is that I got really excited about Pump Fun and started coming on stream talking about Pump Fun every day for the last like 3-4 weeks, which by the way looks disgusting. And the core premise behind my Pump Fun bullishness, other than its insane metrics, is that meme coins, I didn't really realize this until fairly recently, have solidified themselves as a cultural spectacle that is not going away. They're just not. And so now you search crypto, bro, that 3 to 4 weeks crypto and getting into that was 2 weeks max. Dude, I feel like I started talking about Pump Fun like, I'll tell you when I did. Not threadguy. Pump. I'll tell you when I like really started talking about it. Like it was this. This is when I started talking about it right here. I'm taking credit for this. Let me see. I started tweeting about it like down here, bro. Look at this. Look at this binker right here. Look at this binker where I started tweeting about Pump Fun. Hold on. Let me see the other one. This is when I bought. I bought here. This was a little bit later. Maybe I'm capping. I definitely bought on this. Like right here, yeah. I definitely bought on this tweet. 1.7x rev. What's good, Mando? Oh God, Mando. We gotta talk, man. Fuck my life, man. We gotta get you on USA EST hours. Anyways, I bought it right here. Like, yes, I have it marked out on the chart. And it's everywhere. The crypto stuff on my TikTok is at a level that I have not seen in a long time. So I have homies hitting me up. It's kind of electric right now. So shout out to TikTok. Shout out to Kimchi. Shout out to traders as the new celebrities, because that is what's fucking coming. And I'll tell you what. Oh, by the way, we have Ansem on stream tomorrow. We have an Ansem interview tomorrow. I'm going to do 2 of them. Regular stream, Ansem stream after. And do you want to talk about traders as the new celebrities? When Ansem walks around with $1 billion, when Ansem has $1 billion in a Phantom wallet, I think it's got coin has to go to like 1.9 or something. When he has $1 billion in a Phantom wallet, can you imagine that story is going to be gross? So I'm going to do normal stream, regular time. And then I am going to do Anthem at 4 p.m. EST tomorrow. So I'll update you on it. I have a really sick poster I'm going to post right after stream, and we will get there. I'd love to hear the story of how you built a team around your stream. No wasted time, no dead space. The entire stream is always stacked. Maybe we'll do a counterparty team rundown at the end of the stream. All right. There's a lot on chain that we need to get into, and I'm going to start just trying to like chop through shit. Monday's always a little bit messy, but dude, my entire feed is fucking Mando right now. Epic. What, bro? What? I remember when this launched. Like, I was here when this thing launched. Went to what? 50 mil in early 2024 when Mando launched it. I don't know if you launched it or you like endorsed. I think someone launched it on FOMO Hour or like Racked Radio or something. And you just said fuck it and started. If I recall correctly, that's what happened. Somebody launched it. You said fuck it, started talking about it. And then, yeah, you launched it on Rect Radio. What is Epic the Duck? I don't really know. Maybe we'll do one more Mando interview before I leave. I leave on Friday morning. I'm going to do a Friday stream. So maybe we'll do one more Mando interview before I leave. But he posted it yesterday, or started tweeting about it yesterday. And this thing ripped straight candle to $27 million in a straight line. And so I know there's a lot of stock guys in this chat now. We are going to cover stock market open. But before we do that, crypto is genuinely getting kind of electric right now. And so I saw this tweet, and I think that this is one of my favorite. This is one of the better tweets in a while, okay? It really got me thinking, especially after Cash Cat, and then especially after the way that I shoved FWA. Because I did. I shoved FWA, and I didn't sell any coins. What is it at right now? Let's see. I shoved FWA. I didn't sell any coins. It's at 21.5 mil. Not great. I'll tell you what. It was like 3 o'clock in the morning. I was at the club, and I opened my phone, and I look at this thing, and it's like 36 mil, and I'm chills. It was pretty euphoric for like 10 minutes before it started going down only. But Mert made this tweet, friend of the stream, former guest of the stream. It said, basically, there's a new opportunity to make 100K once every 2 to 4 weeks. There's a new opportunity to lose 100K on any given day. This is the entire crypto market. If you can avoid the second part, you'll inevitably hit a few of the first ones. And I saw this tweet, and I thought about it, and I think this is probably the best representation of what it is like trading crypto on chain. You basically get like a new thing, a new game, something that is undiscovered once a month. And then everything else in between is some derivative of a meme we've already seen, Doge's sister, a viral animal, infinite opportunities to lose. And, I was thinking about this, and it's like, these are the type of opportunities when they do appear, if you can recognize them, that will get you or get me motivated to get back on chain and to trade. And the two things that have got me really motivated to get back on chain and to trade have been Cashcat and FWA. And so I want to like make I wanted to just like make a list where it's like spots to make 100K in crypto. There's been quite a few recently. 100K as our barometer of a nice whole number. There's been quite a few, like if we actually go through this, like spots to make 100K a month on chain. Okay, if we look at this, there's like one FWA. ATH is like 36 mil so far. Definitely Cashcat. New game, new chain, Vlad follow, undiscovered ceiling. That was something I clipped into. I played it like a fucking bitch, but that was something that damn, it's 17 mil. Ugly. FTV is higher, 2022. That was something I traded pretty poorly, but undeniably was one of these spots. Let's see, what's it at right now? Cashcat daily. ATH 225. Disgusting. ATH 225 mil. Definitely Ansem was another one where it's like there is no metrics in how to price this. New ceiling, I don't know, Ansem, biggest crypto influencer probably ever. I would say ever. Launches after shilling infinite memes, launches. There's like no precedent for how high that could go. ATH 450 mil. Did I watch the podcast with Kevin Zoo? No, I did not. Definitely pawns as well, which I'll be completely honest, this did not get me. I haven't even paid attention to this at all, and it's now ATH like 60 mil. Was it 53 mil at ATH right now? 53 mil. Before this, there was a really long period of nothing. Like, I would not count Jimothy, even though it went pretty high. I would not count Jimothy because it's the same thing we've seen 1,000 times. Like, I actually think my least favorite posts from this weekend have been gauging how back on chain is with how high the 20th derivative of a viral animal goes. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Like, it does not make sense. The ceilings for these things get lower and lower every single time. It was a sick trade if you made the trade, and I wish that I made the trade. But from a signal perspective, Jimothy means absolutely nothing for the health of on-chain, in my opinion. It means absolutely nothing. I guess you could say Epic is a reasonable spot. I don't like... To me, it isn't as good of a spot, even though Mando's here and we love him. It isn't as good of a spot as Cash Cat or some of the others were, but I suppose you could say Epic accounts. Epic. New ATH 26 mil. The problem is there was like 3 months of nothing. Like, what was before Robinhood chain? What was the most recent like new spot? You say Epic but not Jimothy, you actually brain dead. I don't know. Epic not valid. Here, fine, we'll put it here. You know what I would count though? I agree with Malcolm. You know what I would count is I would count Penguin. I would count Penguin. I would not count Jimothy. I would count Penguin though. 100% I would count Penguin. But this was like when? When was this pump? This was January, dude. There was a long time between this. I would count Penguin, even though it was a long time ago. ATH was what, 120? 170, Jesus. 170, ATH 170 mil. I think you could count Maltbook as one. Even though this was so long ago. When was this? This was also January, 120. I would still count this. TH 120 mil. I would count, I would count Zcash short. I really would count Zcash short. I would count, bro said tendies. I know, come on, bro. I would count Zcash short in June as a 65%er in the day. I would count this. Zcash short, ATH minus 65% in one day. I think you could also maybe count hype long. Oh, SpaceX IPO long. Yes, sir. I was up 150%. I'm counting that. SpaceX IPO long. This isn't really crypto, though. This counts as crypto? No, we're not going to count that. 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 But we could maybe count hype. Could you? Let me see. May 26. When did SpaceX IPO? June 12th. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. No, this is reaching. I'm sorry. This is reaching. 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 The hype thing is reaching. The hype thing is reaching. Sorry. That doesn't count. Pawns is on there. So this was recent January. February. June index. Hyperliquid from 45. The problem with Hyperliquid is it was like, oh, cards. Yes. Cards. Nah, but the index thing was like, whatever, bro. I don't know. What did it go to? What about the index thing was like, whatever. Like Vlad followed it, but it wasn't like it wasn't, I don't know. You had like 20 mil, but then you had a Vlad follow, but it's kind of hard to trade the Vlad follow. It wasn't like to me, it was a much more difficult spot to like if anything, sitting in this here was kind of, in my opinion, was kind of dumb. Like you got to bail out of a Vlad follow. Oh, or. And what was the one I was just about to look at? I was about to search. Somebody just had a really good one, and I forgot it. Hold on. Oh, cards. I liked cards. This was a while ago, though. Cards was a good one. But it was, this was a long time ago. Maybe you could count, like, the resurgence of cards. When they started shilling it again. 12 to, like, yeah, you could count this. 12 to 90. I like this. You could count cards in April. ATH, like 80 mil in April. You could count this, and I think you could count or as well, depending on when it was. Also, if you're on YouTube, Twitter, you want to chat, twitch.tv/threadguy. Or lighter Jez call. Jez called lighter like many times. Damn, this was November 25, man. Fuck my life. White whale for sure. I don't know. This was November 25. Really? When was White Whale? Def TWW? Oh, White Whale's getting abbreviations now. My criteria isn't market cap, brother. It's not market cap. Because sometimes dumbass shit goes high and it's like whatever. The criteria is more like new cool thing. And if you played new cool thing, you would have made money. Like the problem is who? You know, I sold 1% of White Whale at like, I guess. I sold 1% of White Whale right here. So brutal. I sold 1% of White Whale and I victory lapped it at 3 mil. Which is crazy. I guess this was a spot. It was. Fine. January. All-time high of 200 mil. It isn't just price action for criteria. White Whale, ATH, 220 mil in January. What the fuck was going on in January? Shit was kind of hot, huh? What was going on in January? What were we doing in January? What was Bitcoin at in January? It was before like the total final death. Yeah. This was January. Was Ton a good spot? The problem is it just lasted like a day, 2 days. It was a good spot for like 2 days. And then it was just like I round tripped every dollar I made on Ton. I think most people round tripped every dollar they made on Ton. But I kind of think you have to count this. That's valid. You do have to count this though. 115% in 3 days. I think you should count this. I think you should count this on Ton because look, these are 4-hour candles too. What about J Cal Shill on Tau? I don't hate that. Ton in May was a good one. It gave you. It was pretty like you could have bought after. You could have bought after Pavel went crazy, and printed on that. I like Ton. When was this? This was like May. Did Knock count as a spot? Ton up 150% in a week. In May. WorldCoin was another banger. No way. No fucking way am I putting WorldCoin in there. I tried to trade that. No way. Need to get left curve on stream. VVV. Did VVV count? Does VVV count? I wonder. Like VVV all-time high break. Let's see. This is pretty clean. VVV is valid. Tau subnets, no way. This is a pretty decent one. The polymarket bets count. Polymarket bets always count, but not for our on-chain. I would count this in May. This is when I was buying Zcash, and I don't want to count Zcash, but you could count VVV. I think you can count VVV. VVV ATH break, 100% in 10 days. Betting no on LeBron to go to the Knicks. Yeah, that's pretty good. I think it's our list. Look, admittedly, it's a little bit weak. All things considered. Also, YouTube, Twitter, whatever, if you want to chat, twitch.tv/threadguy. Admittedly, it's a little light for on-chain. But you also got to understand this stuff comes in flurries, right? This stuff comes in flurries, and you get a bunch of consecutive spots all at once. And there's been like these are all within the last 2 months. And they're all within the last month, really. All in the last 2 months. So it's January, this was a 6 spot. February, 6 spot. June, 6 spot. April, 6 spot. January. I guess you could do Asteroid. Man, fuck Asteroid. Let's see. This probably counts. Probably definitely counts. It's still in the elephant pattern. Still in the elephant pattern. Yeah, I mean, this was a sick trade. The problem is it happened like for sure lighter Robinhood announcement. Yeah, you know what? You're right, actually, on that. Let's add these last two, and then we're going to move on. Asteroid in April, even though I hated this coin, it did go to 200 mil in a straight line. ATH 220 mil in April. And then you could pick out lighter Robinhood. Let's see on the chart. No. This July 5th. Is that correct? Aster was too long ago. That was like last October. July 5th. Is that right? You have Zcash short, you have Zcash long. My problem is Zcash long is more like ball tingle. Didn't really go up that much. Was that the announcement? July 5th? No, this. July 1st. Yeah, this was a 6 spot. Wow. I should have traded this. Yeah. From 107. Yeah. We're counting this for sure. 60%, 61% in straight line definitely counts. In July. Lighter Robinhood up plus 65% in straight line. June. Anyways, that I think those are all. I mean, 13 in over the year is pretty good considering what we've been through in crypto. 13 over the year is pretty fucking good. And I think it just brings you back to that take, which I really like, which is that there's basically a spot every week, month, a couple of months. And if you do nothing but click those spots and then just pray, maybe half of them will really bink. And I think it's the best way to trade crypto. You kind of have to pick if you're trading crypto, I think. It's like you're locked in all day doing nothing but trading new pairs, low caps, and probably shopping a lot and driving yourself fairly crazy, or paying attention to other stuff, watching stream, trading stocks, doing things like this. And you tap in when something you tap in with size when something appears. Cash got at 50 mil, FWA at 10 mil kind of thing. Like, you tap in with size later, a little bit late. This is kind of how I like to play it. And you see what happens. All right, one more topic before we get to stock market open, which is, speaking of spots, I have gone pretty hard on this thing, man. FWA. I've gone pretty hard on FWA. I think it's, I mean, look, it's one of these spots. I was buying at 7 mil. Adam, the founder, came on stream. I think it was 7.5 mil when Adam, the founder, came on stream. It ATH'd at like 38. I think it's one of Lefty Trading. Is that Left Curve? Is that Lefty from Twitter? I think it's one of the cooler coins that I've seen, and it was one of these moments similar to Cash Cat, which I traded really bad, that I thought to myself, you know what? If I'm not buying this, what am I buying on chain? And I like those spots. It's like, if I'm not buying this, what am I buying? That's how I felt about Tau when Jason Calacanis was shilling it. And I said, if I'm not buying this, what am I buying? I like those positions. And so the thing that I like about FWA, at the same time as Pawns, at the same time as Cash Cat happened, at the same time as there is seemingly a lot going on chain, is it feels the most reminiscent to August, September, October 2023. Because what was happening, like the last time we saw experimentation on chain and crypto that people were buying, I think was that 2023 era. And you had the trifecta of, you had, first of all, you had Blast. So new chain, you have Robinhood now, you had Blast in 2023. And everybody was excited about Blast. There was a ton of money going into it. And you had things like Crypto Valleys, which I lost, I don't know, $150,000 on, but it was exciting. Like, I liked Crypto Valleys. It was exciting. It was new. It was fresh. New Ponzi, DeFi Kingdom, comp. You had Blast. You had a new chain people were excited about. You had Friendtech, which was electric. Everybody looks back on Friendtech. All things considered, it didn't really last that long. I think Friendtech was like a month. But fuck, it was a really good month. You had Friendtech. And then the other thing you had that gets slept on, you had Ordinals, but you had Fantasy Top had just launched. If I am not mistaken, Fantasy Top okay, it was a little bit later. It launched in May, but you had Testnet Fantasy Top. Okay, and Fantasy Top was electric. I'm sad they shut down, but all things considered, it had a really good run. It had a really good run on Fantasy Top. And so I had this conversation with myself, like, are we back because there's on-chain experimentation, or does on-chain experimentation happen because we're back? And in a lot of ways, I think on-chain experimentation happens because we are back. There's attention back on the space. There is excitement back in the space. There's money flowing. People are getting paid out for their good ideas. And I think that FWA is the manifestation of that. I really do. I really do. And look, I don't know how back we are per se, but we're back enough where you can spot a new cool thing and it can go to $40 million market cap of straight, just like green price action over a week. And so I think this was one of those spots after what we just talked about that is exciting enough to bid. I don't really know what's going to happen with it from here. It's at 22 mil. Does anyone here hold it? Does anyone here hold FWA? When was the last time you saw this many people arguing about a novel protocol? I know. Are there any copycats yet? There is some tokens that are used to like farm it. Like I saw like LFWA, I think it was called. I saw it's like a super low cap. What's it called? LFWA or yeah, super low cap. And it like market makes the coin. I don't know. It's weird. It like let me search it on Twitter. Threadguy shows 150 market cap coin. Yeah, look. It's this I don't know exactly what it does. I saw it though. But like I'm looking at new coins at 150K that are doing shit. It's exciting. Like it doesn't contract a mainnet. I think it's like a crowd-funded token that's aiming to be the top spot to farm FWA is what I think this is. But regardless, there's like a little ecosystem being built out. And the numbers are disgusting, bro. 6,500 ETH in volume, 4,500 NFTs, backed by 1,650 ETH. Disgusting. 6,000 purchases of, I guess a purchase equals a wheel spin on FWA. And so, look, if you want to learn more about it, I'm not going to read this article. It is a pretty decent one. I actually read this and started slamming a little bit harder on Friday or whatnot. But what I do think about FWA is it's a really quality attempt at doing something new. And I think it does a couple things under the surface that is exciting. I think the first thing that's happening, W. Call, thanks for the profit. You're welcome. I posted a 10-minute video on it. Fuck, should we watch it? Is it good? Where? Thanks for the retweet. Where? I kind of want to watch it before market open. We have 11 minutes before market open. Why can't I find it? Am I on the wrong Twitter? Oh, it's this. Let's skim like a couple minutes. I'll give you a few takes.
Originally, I was planning on writing a thread, but I think I don't really want to sit and write. I just wrote a big thing.
Damn, you got a mad pretty voice, by the way.
And posted it the other day. And in that, one of the main things that kind of the point of it, I guess, is I feel like crypto needs to return to the sort of greatness that it used to have, where everyone was trying to find the cool new thing and try new things and be really excited about trying new tech. And so the timing for FWA's launch could not be better, in my opinion, kind of going into a new cycle.
I actually think one of the biggest problems with FWA is the bottom barrel of the NFTs that nobody wants. I like that suggestion that Tulip King put forth, which is that there should be a more expensive spin that guarantees you something backed by like 0.25 or 0.3 or something like this. Like, I actually think the token works, or whatever they're called, the little like the cheapest NFT in this gotcha mechanism is so tilting to pull it. Like, I forget what they're called. I hate pulling them, bro. Like, it's actually tilting.
But this is one of the coolest things that I feel like we've seen in a long time. Quick rundown on a couple different things. So you are maybe familiar with Gacha. Gacha is essentially a loot box mechanism online. You pay to spin or roll or whatever, and you can win something. Now, whatever you win might be worth more or less than whatever your spin cost. But basically, you spin and you get something. So what the TokenWorks team has done is they've sort of flipped that, and rather than relying on like, oh, this one Gacha company has a bunch of supply and I'm going to spin 4 Pokemon cards and I can either sell those cards back or I can get them shipped to me, blah, blah, blah. TokenWorks has enabled you to actually deposit your own NFT.
This is maybe the coolest part, is that people could deposit and be the supply side rather than like the black box with who the fuck knows what they hold.
Onto this basically NFT Gacha platform. So why would somebody do that? When you deposit an NFT, you can earn yield. Let's see here. So like this punk that somebody's deposited, they've earned 32 ETH in yield so far. Now, this one specifically, because it's King of the Hill, they get 1% of every transaction. But if you scroll over to, you know, other NFTs that are listed here, like this Pudgy.
Okay. The biggest thing I'm debating with as it relates to FWA is that, you know, there's this really interesting mechanism where you can't buy, you can only sell. And the only way to buy is super minus EV on these gotcha spins. And because of that, the buy side transactions are so light. Right? Like if I look at this and I go, FWA 22 mil and I go sort by USD over like $10,000 purchases. There has not been a $10,000 buy in one clip since 2 days and 12 hours ago. Because the only way you can buy $13,000 in one clip is if you win an NFT on the spin that's worth like 7 ETH. If you win an NFT worth 7 ETH and you choose to accept FWA instead. And now the problem with that is it was like FWA.fun. Is that what it is? Yeah. The problem with that is the odds on winning an NFT backed by 6 ETH is 0.00028%. And so I don't know if this is a good thing or a bad thing. I haven't fully wrapped my head around the implications of this. But if you look at a comparable token, like I know Pawns is double the market cap now, but just for the sake of the conversation, 50 mil, and we sort by $10,000 buy, there's one every like 10 minutes. 8 minutes ago, 29 minutes ago, 30 minutes ago, 30, 36, hour, 4 hours, 4 hours, 8 hours, 8 hours, 10 hours, 10 hours, 10 hours, 12 hours, 13, 15, 15, 15, 17, 17, 17, 17, 17, 17, 17. And so I don't like, is that going to be the thing that destroys the coin or the thing that allows it to slowly just grind higher and higher and higher? I don't really know. But this is a problem because you don't get these like FOMO slip can't. You don't get these FOMO. I don't know if it's a problem, but it is like an effect. You don't get these like FOMO slip candles to send you higher. And so the solution to this is going to be that, okay, they're going to open up the buy mechanism and anyone can buy. And then you'll get this, this influx of capital is going to come. But the problem is I kind of think opening the game is a sell. Like I want to I feel like I want to sell before that. Because then if you can buy FWA without playing, why do you play? This is where I get like a little bit like, fuck, why do you play? Why do you play? Why do you play? If you can buy without playing. And so, look, I don't know what's going to happen with FWA. We can spend a little bit more time talking about it, but stock market's going to open soon, which we do have to pivot to. I don't know what's going to happen with it. I think my average at this point is probably like, my average was 10, and then it was like 15, and then I kept buying, and then I kept buying, and then at 30, I was like slamming. And so my entry is probably like, I don't know, 15, and maybe a little less, 14, 13 on a lot. Like I have a lot at this coin at this point. Like I have, I'm not gonna lie, I have a lot. And it's kind of like a 0 to hero play for me because I think it's new, it's novel, and it's one of those spots that you just play. You just play them. If you're a crypto trader, you just play these spots. And we'll go from there and see what happens. And so that's my strategy is I'm done spinning, at least generally. Buying OTC, no. Dude, I mean, I can tell you how many spins I have. You want to know? I'll just fucking tell you how many spins I have. It says, doesn't it? I can tell you. I'll tell you how many spins I have. Why not? Let me see. Also, sorry if I sound like completely fried today. My brain is like loosening up, but we're getting there. Let me see. I have spun this thing. Bro, I've spun it 181 times. Like, I played this game. Like, I really, played. I spun it 180 times. And every spin takes, 3 minutes. How much is it per spin? It's a lot, bro. It's not cheap, and your odds are terrible. And so, anyways, the stock market opens in 3 minutes, and we have to talk about stocks. So, we're going to come back to it, but we got to do a full, hard transition. I'm going to get up real quick. I'll be back in 30 seconds, and when I am back, we're going to rip stock market open. Best NFT you pulled. I pulled an other side worth 1 ETH. My luck was not great. I pulled an other side worth 1 ETH, and I pulled a doodle worth backed by 0.7 or 0.8. I pulled a Nakamigo or 2 backed by 0.7, 0.8. Would you have played if you didn't know the guy? Bro, he sent me it on June 30th, and I missed his DM. On-chain's hot. You know that? Life is just more fun when on-chain is hot. It's just better. It's just a better world when on-chain is hot. Like, programmable money, brother. Programmable fucking money. Market open in 1 minute. Twitch.tv/threadguy. All right, we got to transition. At least 30 minutes of stock market open. It is an electric, important day. We had ceasefire number 30, 35, something like this. We had some escalations over the weekend that have been negated on the Donald Trump ceasefire. Hopefully we have a memory bottom of some sort. We have CXMT. There's a lot going on. There's a lot to cover. I'm going to spend about 30 minutes on the stock market open, and then we're going to transition back. I got to talk about pump, hyperliquid, politics, Russia, Ukraine, Iran, OpenAI, all-in clips, CXMT, SpaceX, Alpha vs. Micron, and stocks, all in the last hour of stream. So let's see if I can get through even a couple of those. All right, market opens in 18 seconds. As always, stock market open is powered by Phantom. It's powered by Phantom because anything you would like to trade that you see featured on the stream, whether it's on chain, whether it's stocks, whether it's tokenized stocks, whether it is perps, whether you want to sell any of those assets and put them into stables, you can do it on Phantom. And on that note, the stock market is officially open. All right, let's go. Let's take it slow. Let's get into it. Also, Pump Fund looks fucking amazing. I bought more. I bought 50% more of my position, but not Monad. Yeah. All right. SPX. Thanks for keeping me up to date while I'm at work. Threads, you are welcome. If you're on YouTube or Twitter, you'd like to chat, twitch.tv/threadguy, and welcome to the market open. The SPX starts up 0.8% at 78.42. And man, for all this panic and fear we have seen in the market, we are basically at all-time highs on the SPX. Off top wick to here, we're down 1.92%. Yo, Thready, I just got a little Chick-fil-A breakfast. Congrats, brother. Stay away from that fried chicken, though. Go grill it if you can for breakfast. That fried food in the morning is not too great for you. The cost for yesterday's trading session was up 0.97%. Yesterday, the Russell was flat. The Qs are up 1.09, pretty green. The SOX opens with a red candle, but it's still up 0.76%. The IBB is up half. The SOXL, not great as well. These things are weak. Man, they're weak. They are weak. It's up 2%. The IGV, the worst coin of all time, is up 2.5. Mags are up 1, but a red candle on open. Gavin Baker tweet. What do we got? An outcome where AI is dominated by a few dominant frontier models is dangerous for America. Super negative for national security. The Hugging Face incident in Anthropic Department of Defense, Department of War, Gavin. Dust up are objective evidence of the risks. Happy to see this. And so he's KOLing NVIDIA really hard. Now, KOLing NVIDIA versus KOLing DRAM feels like it's a very different equation. That is sunlight. It's sunny outside. It's beautiful. Mags are up 1, and DRAM is technically up 3. But man, oh man, we really don't want to see this thing get back to the Gavin Baker show level, which we are close to. That would be like, I don't know, 51.67, give or take. It's at 54.45 right now. It does not look great. Crypto on the open. Bitcoin is having a couple pretty good days. Is there a clip of you talking about FWA? My God, I'm doing this because I like you. I have a full interview with Adam, the founder, on my bio. We cover it all. We cover stocks, on-chain, memory. Bitcoin 65 and a green candle on open. Hype is 59.3. I don't want to read out the Shaw's price yet. Gold is a little over 4K. It's green in the day. Copper is coming back. I mean, this coin drives me nuts. This copper thing. It's made now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, about to be 7 attempts at that 662 level. If it goes for it, it is going to go for it. I really believe, but it is not quite ready. Sol 76.5. Pump Fund is 21.41 and looks insane. Love what you call stocks or commodities coins. Copper technically is a coin. Malcolm hates it. Says it's bad for for brand partners. Silver's up 1%. Lighter is up 5 on the day. Oil, Brent oil. Let's actually look at it on Hyperliquid. I think gives us a cleaner chart. Yes, I did see CXMT. We'll get there in a little bit. We had another ceasefire, which at this point is just like, I don't even know what to tell you, where it's down like 10% from top wick. WTI is 84 and Brent oil is 86.9 with an all-time high recently. Local high, we'll call that, at 95, like 6 on Brent oil. So I guess we're not scared of oil at the moment. We'll come back to it in probably a day when we have to come back to it. Palantir's up 2% despite a super green wick that it just fully retraced. I'm not one for calling manipulation, but the oil market is manipulated. I am not either, but the oil market is definitely manipulated. Can't trade it. Untradeable. Anton made a tweet about it, actually. He said, I'll tell you. Anton, our stream guest tomorrow, made a tweet, and he said, God, he tweets so much here. Can I imagine how psychotic you have to be to try and trade oil this year? Breaking, U.S. oil prices crash over 8% as the U.S. and Iran halt strikes amid reports of new negotiations. It's not even, I mean, it's just like not even real. It's ridiculous. Okay, big AI. Biggest gainer is Bloom Energy, and it's pretty ugly. It's under 200. Rocket Lab is up 4. ASTS Space is up 4. Oracle is up 4. Google is up 4. Adobe's up 2.5. Salesforce is up 2.5. BlackBerry's up 2. IBM is about to reclaim that 220 level. Houdini, are you still in it? No, right? Microsoft is up 2. Mags are pretty strong, I suppose. Nokia's up 2. Dell's up 1.5. SK Hynix ADR is up 2. Meta's up 1.5. Cloudflare's up 1.6. QCOM is up 2%. By the way, I saw it. Look at this video. Remember Bubble Boy was talking about how much QCOM sucks as a company? I found this video of the QCOM robot demo. The first first ever Qualcomm robot demo. Watch this. Watch.
The IQ10 RRD, ladies and gentlemen. What I would like to share with you is that robotics is very real. It scales across a wide variety of environments.
What?
Bro, look at this. They threw the blanket over him. They had it ready to go. They had the blanket ready to go.
And let us take a look at how
Good night, buddy.
we get
Pour a bucket of water on that motherfucker. They had it ready to go. Anyways, that's this is the company that every AI lab, SpaceX, OpenAI, everybody is seemingly threatening to build hardware with. And so this brings me back to the Lynn Alden take, which is like, robots can't even vacuum your fucking house. And so when Andrew Kang says every person in the world is going to have a humanoid personal in their house in like a year, I'm skeptical. Anyways, back to market open. Sorry about that. Amazon's up 1.2. Intel's up 2.5. It's still under the price the day before it crushed earnings, but this is the kind of market that we're in. Apple's up 0.6. Redwire's up 4.5. Marvell is up 3. ARM is up 2. Netflix is flat. Shaw's is up 1.3. And dude, I'm getting ready to just rage quit this Shaw's coin, but I'm not quite there yet. Tesla's up 1. Micron 927 up 0.5. Nvidia is 206, and this is kind of scary, man. You really don't want to see Nvidia roll over here, but look at high time frame does not look all that inspiring on Nvidia. Here's a 3-day. Doesn't look great. Here's the weekly. Looks even worse than the 3-day. Here's the monthly, and that is pretty scary on Nvidia, but we'll come back to it. We're now 8 minutes into the open. SanDisk down 1. ASML is down 2.5%. Tulip King, send me that tweet. Send me that tweet on the ASML. SpaceX, somehow down 2%, 113. And I think the worst of it all is Cerebras is down 191. Something had to have happened, right? With this. Here's the ASML announcement is China starts mass producing homegrown DUV chip making tools in advance for the local chip industry. That feels like a big deal. Tulip King just quoted it and says this trade is probably long Eastern semis, short Western semis. And so I don't know. Is that like why Cerebras is down 5% right now? Maybe, right? Why is Cerebras down 5% on open? It's disgusting. Cerebras crushed. Intel struggling. Short all American chips. I don't know. We'll see what happens with Intel on that. And Nvidia is like struggling. Now, you know what's not struggling, ladies and gentlemen? Ah! Yes, brother. Yes. 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 Bitcoin. 65.4 on BTC. And oh my God. I added pump, by the way. I increased my position by 50%. The first thing when I woke up before I even drank a coffee at 52. And so my entries are now like 75% of my position is at 1681, and then like the other 25 of it is at 2152. And I'm down to do I'm probably gonna do a final clip if we get there at, let me go daily for you. I'll probably do a final click if we get there on Pump Fun, like a little bit higher, just on some confirmation that it's really gonna go for it. Like 2250 probably is where I would go. I'm telling you, man, as it relates to crypto, we're not done with stock market, but as it relates to crypto, there's just like, you're getting higher lows on BTC. You are getting, damn, Ryan Watkins just tweeted about pump. I'm going to come back to this in a second. You are, you're getting higher lows across the board on BTC. Every DAT has unwinded. ETF inflows are green again. DNAP, send me the ETF inflow thing if you can. You have at least max fear reached on clarity, and so now you can only have flat or optimism. On chain, you have Sailor already sold, by the way, and stocks got destroyed while Bitcoin went up. On chain, you have experimentation happening. You have a new chain, which is the retail trader chain with 27 million funded accounts in Robinhood, and coins ripping over there. And it starts to just feel like you have the ingredients starting to play. A good spot, interesting spot. ETF and flow, that's a narrative violation, huh? Pretty big outflows, actually. That's a narrative violation. That's not what I should have just acted like you didn't have this. Why'd you send me this? Minus 225, minus 240 red. We're doing so good too. Yeah, not great actually on ETF. So you know what we'll do is there's this little button in the top right corner of the screen. It's an X. I'm gonna click it, and we're gonna get back to stocks. All right, let's check in on majors. DRAM is, we're 12 minutes into open. We got to cover about 30 minutes. DRAM is, yeah, not great, man. It's up 2%, and it's doesn't look amazing. Mags are still up 1. IGV's up 3.5. Microsoft is probably leading. Soxel is flipped red. It's 135 right now, down 1%. IBB's up 1.4. The regular Sox is down 0.5%. Qs are losing as well. They're still up 0.6 though. SPY's up 0.7. And the NASDAQ is red 0.5%. Let's look at some of our consumer and then IRL names. Biggest gainer right now, Shopify. Wow. Strategy is up 6.5%, which also means that Stretch is back at 90. And this is because Michael Saylor and Strategy announced that they have increased their USD reserve by 500 million. So, I mean, this just means they sold 500 million Bitcoin, right? That's what this means every time. Is that what this means? they've sold another $500 million of 525 of like where does this come from? No, MSTR shares. Got it. Okay, Jesus, man. They also did this. Jeez. They also repurchased Observe Pump Fund. I just bought more Surveiller. They just repurchased 300,000 shares of Stretch for 25 million at an average price of 86.52. It's a pretty insignificant amount, but it is going up. Damn Nvidia, how bad? Ooh, yeah. Nvidia's about to lose 200. I mean, this announcement is this probably means Intel is about to go too, right? Long Eastern semis, short Western semis. This probably means Intel is about to go too. Yeah, look at that. Wow. Printing right now, by the way. Nice tweet, brother. Nice tweet. Let's see. On a video, like, I know this isn't the most exciting thing to do, but on video 1 minute. Yeah, look. Tweeted at like 2:05. We'll see how it plays. But not great. The problem is what happened to Western semis this, Greg. I think this. China starts mass producing homegrown DUV chip making tools. And advance for local chip industry. Let's see what this one did on Nvidia, actually. Let's delete this. Yeah, gotta be right. 208. It's down, I mean, down 3.5% on the most valuable company in the world. Wow, look at it go. GG. Nice tweet, Tulip King. That probably means Intel is gonna go. What else would struggle from this? What does it mean for like TSMC? It's the ADR. Things may roll over to American markets. Keep in mind how much AI capex debt is now circularly backs up the revenue from the semiconductor business. China is currently squeezing model prices, memory prices, advanced ASIC. Oh my God, really quick. I heard this take on All In. It was so good. It's like what Tulip King, you told me about this. Okay. I read this take that China has, I think, 10x. DNAP, this isn't clipped, clip this. China has like 10x the energy capacity of the United States, and it has like 100x the manufacturing capacity, maybe 30x, 30 to 100x the manufacturing capacity of the United States. And so their 10-year play on AI is to squeeze bits, i.e. intelligence, to zero, and then dominate on manufacturing energy. And so if they can go all in on open source AI and force tokens to be a complete commodity, they can just mop the floor on the physical side. Yeah, it's like the 0 to 1 Peter Thiel bits to atoms. But I never really understood it in this light. DNAP, if you have that clip, we'll watch it when we get to all in. Okay, anyway, some of our consumer names, and then we will go. Wow, look at Soxel. Semi index is getting crushed. Semi index is getting crushed. Shopify up 7.5. MSTR up 5.5. Carvana up 5. SoFi up 5. Coinbase up 5. Figma up 6. Reddit up 5. Hood, that's up 2.5, but just put in kind of a nasty candle. I'm not sure entirely why. Circle up 4. Hims is up 5. Ferrari's up 4. AMC is up. Fuck AMC is up 4. IGV's up 3.5. DraftKings up 2. IBKR is up 2. StubHub is up 3.5. This token deserves to be lower than 0. Airbnb is up 2. Uber's up 1.5. Actually, Nike is about to lose 40. Look at Nike, man. What happened? What happened to the game I loved, brother? Look at this. What happened? Cultural relevance of Nike is just evaporated to 0. Eli Lilly is up 0.27. Okay, I'll tell you this. At the dinner I was at with Amit, there were a couple undisclosed researchers at some really big funds And people really like Eli Lilly. Everybody. All these like smart research guys really like Eli Lilly. One of the things that's cool about Eli Lilly, by the way, is like company's market cap. It's like you look at this list and it's like AI, 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 AI. Opposite of AI, Eli Lilly, AI. Or like upside of AI without the downside. Saudi Aramco, yeah, fine. Fair. Mostly everything AI though. You were at dinner with a Mitt. Yes, I met a Mitt on Friday. It was awesome. So Lily like fits in that top 15, like really nice. eBay at 0.3. Greg, you gotta be here at 8:30 a.m., dude. Gotta be. Roblox done another 2. Something's got to be going on with Roblox, I think. There's some weird PA there. And then Visa is up 1.5. Wow. Holy fuck. Once again, significant. Bro, I'm on a work trip. Look at this. Look at Visa high time frame. Visa. Holy shit. Why? Wow. What about like MasterCard? Same. Dude, I wish we could buy Stripe. I saw this thing about like Stripe revenue is like handling because of AI. PayPal, brother. Oh, you're right. They're getting acquired by Stripe, right? How crazy is this, by the way? I have all these levels from when I used to trade in like 20. I used to trade this. I tried this thing charted in like 2020. I don't know, 2020. But yeah, Stripe is gross. Or Visa and them are gross. This is nuts, by the way. Bitcoin price action is really impressive. High time frame Bitcoin looks. I mean, look at the 4-hour chart of this thing. Again, if we third tap this level, and we make it out right here, maybe in a couple days, Thursday, we're going to 76 plus, I think. And the run to 76 is going to feel nuts. Because if BTC can find a way to get above 76, and you're right here, look at this. It's right here. It's going to feel like, oh my God, it's going to all-time highs. Because you're out of all of this. Think about it. You're through all of this. You're through all of this. And so if that to me is a level for Mania, is 76K. That's the level. Because if we get there with what's already happening on chain, it's going to be fucking electric. And so, okay, let's do like 10 more minutes on stock market open and see what we got. FWA strong. Man, I like the coin. Ladies and gentlemen, I like this coin. I'm not here to KOL it, but I like this coin. All right. Here's what I want to know. You already know what I want to. What do you think of NVO? I am not sure exactly what you are referring to. Is that? Oh, Novo Nordisk? I don't really think about it, actually. I don't know much about it. Oh, God. I don't know much about it at all. So, speaking of names that I don't know that much about, let's do this. You already know what I want to know for the last 5 to 10 minutes of stock market open. What are you long? What are you short? What did you buy? What did you sell? What are you looking to enter? What are you looking to exit? What looks good to you? What looks bad to you? What name do you just like and want to shout out for the rest of the stream to know? Long oil, short BTC. Ugh, God. Long pump. I love pump. I fucking love pump. Shorting SpaceX. Pumping and some barbell. Nice. What else you got? What else you got? What else you got? Long lighter or short lighter? Pickles. Spot pawns. Nice. Epic. Nice. Long Qs. Long hype. Nice. Long what? Long hype. Yeah. I know. Brother, I know what you're in. Come on, Rectal. Chad, what's your X handle? Scam Altman. Is it going up? No, is it going up? Dude. Come on, man. Long Google. Bink the fuck out of Google. Nice. Scam Altman, bro. Give me a break. Chads are accumulating Scam Altman. Your worst trade ever, it might be. Towards tech earnings so far, seen the largest downside skew going back over 50 quarters. The market does not like this. It's not happy about this right now. It's ugly. Anything else to shout out? We're gonna go through one more time. Apple was thinking about buying some pump. You pump pilled me. Worst trade ever so far. Uniswap. You know, that's not the worst thing that I've heard in some time, actually. You know? Wait. You know what? All right, hold on. This real? Why was it so high in like October? Okay, wait. Uniswap fees. Okay. Revenue. Okay. How about fees to market cap? Huh? Tulip King? Advise? Huh? Huh? How about this? New addresses. Let's maybe skip that one. What about transactions? Not the worst thing I've ever heard. It's not. It's not the worst thing I've ever heard. I'm just gonna say. Now it doesn't look like this. It's not the worst thing I've ever heard. It's not. It's not the worst thing I've ever heard. It doesn't look like pump. When threadguy first showed it a while back, but it's not the worst thing I've ever heard. So Jupiter, stop. That cursed token, bro. By the way, I have a fuck ton of Jupiter that I've been forcefully pawned, and I don't want any of it. Okay, let's check back in real quick. Where are we? We're about 30 minutes into the stock market open. Microsoft is green. Where are semis? Ooh, a little bit. Okay, like a little bit of a baby bounce. Whatever happened to Jupiter? A little bit of a baby bounce. Intel's going red. Fuck me. Has Bubba Boy tweeted about Intel? Underdog NBA. Wow, that's so good. Has Bubble Boy tweeted about Intel? It feels like a. Don't you look about pawns? Well, now that you ask, funny that you ask. Wow, DRAM's gonna go red. fuck, dude? Wow. Dude, stocks are nuked. Look at these high time frame charts. It's like GG. Look at this. This is the semi index. Is on support for like its dear. I mean, it's on like dear life support. It's on dear life support. And we just got news that China's ripping chips. The NASDAQ is on. And where do I even draw this? I mean, let's go higher time frame. Hold on. I don't even know where to draw this line. Wow, there's nothing. There's like fake support. It's this. It's this. It's sitting on it. And nothing to like 26. I mean, it is sitting on it. Wow. I mean, I'm not a TA guy, but it's nice to like good tweet. I mean, it's sitting on it. Okay, wait. Let's see. Soxel is disgusting. DRAM. Let's get rid of all this noise. Hold on. Look at the flood tweet, by the way. Memory is a commodity. I mean, I don't even know where you draw this. I guess you could give you like, I could give you like a box here. I'll give you this. DRAM chads. Below 49, though, it gets scary. I'll give you this DRAM chads. Not great. And then Mags is pretty ugly, too. All the while, SPY is like 1% off ATH, 2% off ATH. Trump already ripped a ceasefire announcement. And the dollar looks horrifying. Shout out Houdini Swap. I'll bookmark it for you, brother. Wow. Fucking Hedgehog called the memory top. Bro, yes, he did. Hedgehog. What's the guy's name? Wow. He's just been adding. All the while, used to work for him. Nice. All the while, crypto chads could potentially come into control here. Fascinating spot. And we have a lot to cover. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to get up one more time really quick. We'll be back in 30 seconds. And when I am back, we got to go straight hour of topics. All right. BRB, my beautiful friends. You know what would be hilarious is it would be deeply, deeply funny if we got the fabled crypto bull run and it was led by like on chain after it really felt like it was never gonna happen again. Like this felt like it the most that it's ever felt like it, that it was never gonna happen. If we got the fabled run, it would be just, I don't know. It'd be great. Also, if you're watching on YouTube or Twitter and you would like to chat, twitch.tv/threadguy. We will replay 2020 cycle, dude. Oh, I could cry. I could cry in your arms hearing that. I could genuinely lay down. I could cry in your arms. Also, last thing to bink real quick is, let's check it one more time. NVIDIA, oh my God. I could cry in your arms like a little baby. 202 gross. I've watched Bubble Boy interview 3 times. Shit is generational. Crypto perma-fried. Yeah, well, so is this shit. So we might need something new to trade. Oh, Lord. SpaceX is 110 right now. Where do you buy it if you are a buyer? Where do you buy it? Look at this. This is one of the worst. I've been in crypto for 5 years. It's one of the worst charts I've ever seen in my entire life. Ever. You know what this chart looks like? Let's play chart physiognomy. All right, let's play chart physiognomy. Let's play a fun game called chart physiognomy. Is this the best one? This is what it looks like. Which one's SpaceX? Which one's Mega ETH? Layer 2. This is what it looks like. I mean, that is crazy. DCA over the next 12 months. That is so horrifying. Elon's net worth. Everyone freaked out about Elon being a trillionaire. Elon's net worth is down $650 billion since June 16th. Imagine $650 billion. Imagine your net worth is down more than the second richest guy is worth in a month. He tweets former trillionaire is really good. That's really good. Kathy Wood and ARK. I don't know exactly how much they bought, but Twitter made it seem like they backed the truck up and slammed SpaceX. And I kind of want to hear her rationale. Let's watch on 1.5x. There's also a chance we get Kathy Wood on stream, by the way, relatively soon. Very good chance. And look, I know you say LMAO Kathy Wood, but like ARK AUM is insane, right? 6 billion. They're pretty fucking big, dude.
Kathy, I want to get your take on AI and how you're investing around it. You've said that you think AI is going to be the biggest investment opportunity of our lifetime.
I like Kathy.
What industries do you think AI will disrupt first, and how are you investing around this theme of artificial intelligence?
Yes, well, I think the first thing that
yeah, I thought it was way bigger. It's like 20 plus. That was just ARK. You're right. It's huge. It's way bigger than that. Thank you. It's like 20. Thank you.
that companies are doing is investing in productivity coming out of AI. So this, from an active equity management point of view, is very important. As we're talking to companies, we want to understand how they are deploying AI. ARK, for example, we're using Palantir. We're ironically bringing in more talent, very young talent that is AI native. And I do agree that this is a mindset shift. So I think it's very important for every company to take this seriously. But from a higher level, bigger picture, disruption, yes. If any company clings to the old ways of doing things, I think healthcare, and I know you featured healthcare and AI on your show, but we think that healthcare is the most profound application of AI from a drug discovery point of view.
Saying Tom Lee over anyone is nuts.
Collapsing the time and costs from a diagnostic point of view, identifying and diagnosing diseases, maybe even before we see any symptoms, as sequencing technologies and AI come together, and then adding in CRISPR gene editing, we are seeing cures for disease. So the convergence of those three technologies is going to transform healthcare.
Yeah, and you know, we've been doing a deep dive on defense as well. I mean, one other industry that's seeing a complete fundamental change is defense technology. How we outpace China, the White House considering further restrictions reportedly on companies using AI models from Beijing. We had the CEO of Saronic on this week, Dino Mavroukis, on the defense race. Here's what he said.
We don't have to beat China in the traditional sense of let's go outbuild what they're building. We are going to deliver.
Kathy, where do you see the biggest opportunities in defense tech right now? And are you worried about all of this money being plowed into AI as people question when we're going to see the return on investment?
Well, of course, the question there is the government is funding a lot of this, and what will be, you know, at the end of the day, the real profitability here. This administration is serious that we get back into the game, and I agree completely. And actually, it's a bigger point.
That's what I'm back. I just finished my Chick-fil-A breakfast bowl. Dude, grilled chicken only if you're doing Chick-fil-A breakfast, man. You cannot do the fried shit at 7 o'clock in the morning. It's not good.
That the CEO from Saronic is making. This is true of all manufacturing. So, you know, we are going to do what China did to us with telecom and with telecom in particular. They went directly to wireless. They didn't need to build out their landlines. And they did the same thing with digital wallets. They went directly to WeChat Pay, not to a bricks and mortar banking system. So they leapfrogged us. Meanwhile, they took our manufacturing sector. Now we're going to do to them what they did to us in those two industries. We are moving into the new world. We have, you know, a lot of green space, and we are bringing manufacturing back, and I think we will leapfrog China because it actually has old technology now built over the last 25 years.
Kathy, what's your favorite stock right now related to AI?
Well, it has to be Tesla, and which ultimately will be SpaceX, I think, when they combine. It's the most powerful. You have the robotaxi opportunity, the orbital data center opportunity, and I think many people are underestimating not only Optimus, which is, of course, an AI play, but what used to be XAI, now SpaceX AI, and that is the frontier model. So there are lots of opportunities, and they're multi-trillion-dollar opportunities. That's what I think is surprising people, to see Anthropic's annualized run rate go from $9 billion to $47 billion in 6 months.
That's amazing.
6 months. That's really wild.
That really is. And I
what
know
is she
Tesla's
writing down? What is she taking notes on? What did she just? What did that Kathy just said? Did she take a note on?
To see Anthropic's annualized run rate go from $9 billion to $47 billion in 6 months.
That's amazing.
6 months. That's really wild.
That really is. And I know Tesla's your #1 holding. Kathy, it's always a pleasure. Thanks so much.
Talk fast. No, I have her on 0.5x speed, 1.5x speed. Okay, this is terrifying. Look at this shit. All right, you want a narrative violation of all narrative violations? Look at this. So, like, okay, watch. I actually disagree with Evans on this. I think Evans is a really smart guy, but I think he's wrong about this tweet, which is when the market is bearish, but Trump could easily set it up or down 7% with one tweet. Trade a retard. I agree with this. If you look close enough at the charts, you can see the narrative violation and hope for markets ripping based on the ceasefire and taco fading in real time. A whole bunch of trapped capital with decisions to make now. I do not think Trump can send the market up 7% right now. I don't. I really don't think Trump can send the market up 7% right now. I mean, look at, let's see. What is the most recent Trump post? That has to do with. By the way, this is his Truth Social account. Have you ever scrolled this before? This is his account. Look at this. Look at this shit. The past is about change. History is about to be saved. Trump x Washington. A time travel epic. Next. You see this spine? This is what I want to put back into Republicans. Next. Where is John Thune? Next. Like what? No context. Canada, United States. North America, air filter barrier. Clean air, clear borders. What? Like, what is this? What? Who is this person? Who is this person? Meanwhile, China is just like dominating us. Oh my god. 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 I'm just trying to find a Iran post. This is, by the way, we're only 17 hours old right now. He posts every hour. No, he posts every like 20 minutes. What is this? 17 hours old. He posts every 20 minutes. What am I watching? 3 of them? This is our oil tanker now. This is our oil tanker now. It's our oil tanker now. No more engines. It's our oil tanker now. It's our oil tanker now, 18 hours old. It's our oil tanker now, 18 hours old. Strike on Karg, 18 hours old. Trump 2028. A new era among the stars. Kimmel, Fallon, Colbert. Talentless, not funny, ex-comedians need money. Oh my God. Dude. 18. We're only 18 hours old. This was all within the same day. $18 hours old. Bruce Springsteen. I'm stupid. Wow. That I didn't even find the ceasefire announcement like anywhere in that whole bit. I didn't even find the announcement that I was looking for. Oh, here it is on Twitter. Thanks. Can you imagine Ken Griffin trying to run an algo to scrape through Trump's Truth Social posts because he spends $100K a month on early access to them to find alpha in the market? Trump halts planned Iran strikes. Trump has reportedly ordered the U.S. military to not carry out planned strikes in Iran on Friday, despite having previously approved attack plans, according to Axios. The decision came hours after Oman-mediated talks resumed over reopening the Strait of Hormuz, which, with reports suggesting negotiations have made progress. And so, narrative violation, because I do not think he controls the ceasefire ability to pump the market 7%. I just don't. I think people are put in spots for the first time in a while on make a decision. How much do you believe in this? And I mean, look, DRAM going for it. Soxel 8.3%. It's like capitulation time, bros. Look at it go. NASDAQ 1.3. I mean, there's nothing below. Look at this. There's nothing below. All right, Iran x U.S. effective ceasefire by. What does that even mean? What does effective ceasefire mean? An agreement to stop fighting that actually works in practice. It's a functional agreement versus a real agreement. Nobody even knows anymore. How do you even bet on these markets? People don't even know how to bet on these markets anymore because it's like, what does that even mean? And by the way, to make matters worse, so let's check NVIDIA. It's just getting destroyed. It really was that announcement, huh? Wow. Tulip King Binker, bro. Intel 89. Tulip King Binker on that. Short American semis. Look at this. Should trade every day. Nvidia down, most valuable company in the world is down 4% in the day. This is horrifying. Shaw is just GG. I can't believe I own this dog shit company. Wow. Wow. Look at Intel. Look at a high time frame Intel. Like, where's it going? 68? Brutal. So I don't talk about Sailor anymore. I mean, the thing is, Sailor's sold, bro. Now, the real question is, do we get the wipeout? I would have been if I was watching before market open. Fuck this, why you watch TG? You do. Coinbase just launched new pairs in base app. Who is Sailor? Oh, that's pump fun. Whoa. Whoa. How old is this? Whoa. Whoa. Interesting. I seem to have bought a little bit early. Whoa, that's kind of interesting. Chat, you traded the base app? Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes. Do you trade on the base app once a week? Or like do you log in once a week? Phantom mode. You could lose all the money you spent on Jesse. What a fucking classic. We need Bitcoin to not wreck our narrative violation, though. 200 on NVIDIA. All right. Really quick. We got to go over a couple war stuff. Let's see. What do I have even for war? You know what I have, chat, is extremely graphic videos of Russia and Ukraine. Does anyone watch these extremely graphic, not safe for Twitch videos that Russia and Ukraine are like, it almost feels like secretly fighting the craziest war you've ever seen in your entire life. And I've seen almost zero coverage on it. I mean, they're secretly having a like World War III. This is like actually like Battlefield. Bro, just hit a fucking clip. I mean, this is like insane. This is like, it looks like a Call of Duty video. Like, holy fuck, he's shooting down drones off an airplane. He's on an airplane shooting down drones. Yeah, what are they flying? I mean, this is insane. I had no idea this was going on at this level. I mean, are these the drones that are getting shot down? I mean, look at that thing, bro. Shahed drone. I mean, bro, war is terrifying. It really is. Because I mean, if you miss, that's what you're shooting at. Look at this. This is the video we just watched. Oh, yeah, that's the video we just watched. Then there's this as well. Look at this. Southern Ukraine, a burning Russian train dumps flaming fuel from its tank cars after Ukrainian drone strike. Look at this. It's actually like a Red Dead Redemption mission. Like, look at this. The music is nuts. I feel like there's enough going on without the music. It's crazy. And so the other thing that happened that's crazy is Ukraine is now attacking Iran. Zelensky has attacked an Iranian commercial vessel, killing a sailor, a blatant UN charter violation done at Israel's behest to drag Europe into its war. And so Ukraine attacked Iran, who was giving weapons to Russia, and blew up a ship. I refuse to believe that. Dude, I don't know. I don't know. It happened. It happened. It happened. Allegedly, it happened. And so it brings me to this tweet that I'm going to show you as it relates to war. And this is how has this not been covered more? Because everyone has everyone's brain is fried. They have fatigued, and we are the only stream that can cover FWA, pump fun, and war. I don't know. No one else can do it. And it's fucking scary, and the coverage on it is really bad. There's not that much coverage. There's not that many tweets. People don't really want to see it. The Houthis say they carried out an attack targeting a number of sensitive targets and related points to the supply and transport of crude oil from eastern Saudi. On Telegram. Oh my God. A official spokesperson for the Yemen Armed Forces on Telegram. By the grace of God, a number of sensitive targets and points related to the supply and transport of crude oil from eastern Saudi Arabia to Yanbu were targeted by several drones in response to the Saudi enemy's drone incursions into Yemeni airspace. Insane, bro. And so we know the 10-year is Trump's ultimate taco. More than oil, more than the stock market. It's the price of the 10-year. And this was what made him cut Liberation Day, right? Remember, we did this quite a few segments on this, actually. And it reads, every time the 10-year attempts a breakout, Trump stands down. The last time he forced Netanyahu to shut up and fall in line at the same level it is at now. He's going to do the same this week. The problem, however, is it is not going away. This is really what I believe to be the case right now. All right, let's listen to this real quick, and then we're going to be done with war. I just want to do a quick update, check in on it, because it feels important.
You raise assets. I want to ask you about the assets. NBC News is reporting the Pentagon is actually rationing some defense weaponry amid diminishing supplies. Is America backing away from a larger military attack because its military stockpile has been depleted?
Well, look, we have to take a step back here in that a lot of stockpiles were depleted, not only from what we gave Ukraine over the last however many years, 4 or 5 years, and the administration inherited, the Secretary Hegseth inherited a depleted situation from not only Ukraine, but also the ongoing fight with the Houthis under the Biden administration and a depleted military under the Biden administration. So they have decided, one, they're going to new types of munitions, cheaper munitions, new technologies, but also with these new defense budgets, rebuilding our great military. However,
but you acknowledge
I want to be clear.
Do you acknowledge they're depleted though at this moment?
I want to be crystal clear. The U.S. military, and I've verified this every which way, has everything that it needs to conduct this campaign as effectively as it needs to be. And I have to tell you, the people that are leaking this nonsense deserve to be in jail.
Well,
Jesus. Jamie Diamond, we have in fact left the lower income folks behind. God, what a, oh my God, 199 NVIDIA, Shaw's 60, SpaceX 109, Intel 88, Google, not bad, Micron 865, NVIDIA 198. You close Shaw's, I'm assuming. I wish that I could have assumed that I'm smart enough to do that. Shaw's 59. Cerebras 183. Bitcoin 64.5. Oh, Pump 2069. Seems there's not that many places to hide at the moment. Wow. 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 What a... you see Pentoshi tweet about Hyperliquid? No. What's his Twitter? Here. Oh, KYC and Hyperliquid? Yeah, I mean, this probably comes eventually, I would imagine. This probably eventually comes. What's Fake World Assets doing? Oof. Weird spot, ladies and gentlemen. Uncomfortable spot. Oh, God. 64.6 on Bitcoin. DRAM, 51. Soxel, 120, down 12%. SPY flipped red. It was up 0.8 on the open. NASDAQ down 2. Qs was up 1.5. That is down 1 full percent. Wow. Dude, the Sox was down 12. Look at high time frame semi triple leverage index. Look at this. Look at it go. 12%. DRAM about to lose 51. We had a really strong opening, which makes this worse. To Bitcoin's credit, there was carnage, but yeah. Mags are green, surprisingly. DRAM about to lose 51. This is one of the worst opens we've covered, I think. Seems we've had quite a few of those days consecutively. What was that? Was on Bitcoin manipulation leg? Yeah, that was a weird leg. 50 lost 51 on DRAM. Stocks are now done 12% officially. Should I start bear posting? Should I start ripping bear posts? Let's just rip bear posts. They don't know how much we've suffered in crypto, bro. They don't know how much I've fucking suffered. 50. Oh my god. Might be late to the party with the bear posts or what? 50.91, 120. Joining the dark side. I know. I just want to see crypto react positively. We might just get flushed here. We might just get flushed here. I don't know. Pump fund getting flushed. I bid it too, like a maniac. Wow, stream is 182. Video 198. What do you got? Oh my god. All right. Crypto Ethan mode. I did get baited, bro. I did get baited. All right. Anyways, okay, a couple topics. I want to watch some All In while we're here because we got to go. I can't just stare at the market the whole time. All In podcast has been incredible. And, you know, the biggest thing that's happening right now is there's this fight for open source AI. Whether or not it will be legal in America, whether or not Trump admin will step in and outlaw it, what is going to happen with open source AI? And so this letter, you know, basically like an open letter to the Trump admin about keep, allow, do not ban open source AI has gotten extremely popular. NVIDIA really blew this thing up when they came out on Friday with Jensen making his first tweet ever and writing about it. Basically, everybody has backed this letter except for Anthropic. And it seems as if this is going to hold up. And Trump admin is not going to ban open source AI. That's what it seems like is going to happen. It feels like it's one of these like sub 5% outcomes that Chris Camillo talks about, and we need to have a trade for it if it comes. And so All In talked about a little bit what they would do if this moment were to come. And so I want to start with this Jensen clip, and then I want to watch a little bit of All In because it's really good and it's important to set the stage for what is coming to our markets.
Closed doesn't necessarily, just because something is closed doesn't necessarily therefore make it safe or secure. It is possible for a model to be jailbroken. It's possible for a model to be, if you will, stolen. It could be possible that somehow it's leaked from the inside. It's possible that the guardrails or the sandboxes of an AI, closed AI model wasn't properly engineered, and as a result, it was able to attack another company in some way. And so just because something is closed and just because something is proprietary doesn't necessarily make it secure and safe. Now of course, thank goodness we have two companies, well, I guess more than that, several companies that build closed AI models.
Thank goodness.
These are extraordinary technology companies, and they're doing their best to keep it safe and keep it secure. But it is also the canonical case that single points of failure is where we have the greatest vulnerability. We cannot have single points of failure. As an industry, as a world, we should have distributed, massively distributed self-defense. And so in the case of the example you just mentioned, Hugging Face, thankfully, was able to access an open model. And I think they used GLM 5.2 was my understanding.
Hugging Face is what got exploited by OpenAI.
They couldn't get a proprietary model. They could not get a closed model to help them figure out what happened. But this is exactly the reason why you want to have open models, because in that case, they use GLM 5.2 to identify where the vulnerability was, where the penetration was, and were able to quickly identify them and patch it up. And so this is a perfect example of self-defense that's necessary. It's a perfect example of diversity of AI technology being necessary, and it's a perfect example of why open models and open capabilities for self-defense is really important.
Okay, so there's Jensen. Now, think about Jensen bull posting open source AI is it's like he benefits extraordinarily from it being legal and would get deeply, deeply punished if it was not. Because open source, closed source, any source, frontier AI needs GPUs and compute. Now, here's Chamath talking about what would happen to the market if Trump admin bans open source, which I think is a very important discussion.
There's another important thing here, which is if the United States government intervenes, it will tank the stock market.
Okay.
I'm thinking about what are my longs, He's like, no. Stock market done.
Period. Not debatable. Now, you can debate which companies get tanked, and we can probably play that scenario out. But for example, if they said no more open source, American companies cannot use open source. Okay, let's just take at it from a stock perspective. Let's take an average normal company, Coca-Cola. Hey, Coca-Cola, you're trying to use AI to improve your business. You know what? You can only use these two options, and those things cost 50 to 100 times more than your other best alternative that you may use otherwise. That'll eventually show up in your costs because AI is supposed to be this incredible thing that just kind of solves every problem and does everything for you. And so this incredibly important input into your cost model is now orders of magnitude, multiples greater than your competitors that are outside the United States, simply because you're in the United States. So what would the capital markets do? They're going to say, wow, you have a crazy cost structure. This doesn't make sense. You're forced to absorb costs that aren't rational nor market driven. So then Coca-Cola has to get re-rated. But then you look at the people who are selling those tokens, and this is where Anthropic and OpenAI need to understand. If the government comes in and actually tells you that there's no open source, their valuation will crater. Why? Because all of that revenue is artificially being propped up. It's not being driven by market demand where you're being forced to compete. It's because of regulatory capture where you now get an artificial constraint, but it only works in one market. And so, anyways, all roads lead to market chaos.
Love it. Yeah.
If anybody gets involved. So we should just not get involved.
Kind of a scary take. Now, the one thing I'll say is that there's been all this discussion about like speculation. Is Trump admin going to ban open source AI? And I feel as if there's been no substance articulated from the admin. Like we haven't like seen them talk about it really. We've just seen people say like, oh my God, what if it happens? Oh my God, what if it happens? Oh my God, what if it happens? This is another take that is insane to me. By the way, look at this. 108, NVIDIA 198, Cerebras 182, SanDisk down 14, Shaw's cliffed. I'm cooked on this. GG on me on this. Ugh. Shaw's cooked. That's the only place I'm bloody. Micron down 7. SanDisk is down 13%. DRAM is $50. Mags about to go red. Socks still down 15. Holy fuck. No posts. Fuck you. How about that? How about fuck you? Nothing, bro. ASML is 0. Loracle. Wow. Anson Bull posting my crypto thing at the Pico bottom, Pico top. 197 Nvidia. Holy God. Bitcoin. Ugh. Pump. Ugh. Yeah, this is disgusting. Okay. Another follow-up on I did not know. Do you know why shit's tanking right now? I don't know, man. It could maybe be, is it this tweet? Is it really this like is it really this? It's maybe this. But I don't know. It's possible that it's this. This is the most likely. I mean, things started going crazy the second this tweet was made, things started just cliffing, bro. Okay, another take on the distillation that everybody's freaking out about is Saks. I've never heard this take.
Fastest growing tech company at scale.
Anthropic.
In history. They started the year at 10 billion of ARR. They're now over 70 billion of ARR. This is not a company that needs government protection. This is not a company that is under threat from competitors or whether they're Chinese or otherwise. And yet they have been very successful at trying to panic everybody into thinking that they need some sort of government protection. And the tell on this, the way that you know that this whole distillation thing is fake, is because if stopping distillation was their primary objective, Anthropic would push to ban Chinese access.
I didn't realize what like a meaningful percentage of Anthropic's revenue is because they allowed Chinese companies to distill Claude.
To American models, not American access to Chinese models.
Yes, they could, and that is achievable. They could block it. So
they're the ones in the best position to block it. If distillation, if industrial scale distillation is a national security threat, they're the ones who need to stop it because that is the place where distillation occurs. You have to stop it at the source. Once you allow Chinese companies to distill, the horse is out of the barn.
Yeah.
And the reality is that I think that what's happening here is that in their lust for growth, Anthropic has done a very poor job at stopping distillation. I mean,
I didn't realize they could just stop it.
Saying that distillation is occurring at industrial scale. Okay, if it's industrial scale, it must be pretty obvious to see. So
yeah,
why
the way
aren't
it's
you stopping
happening
it?
is waves of accounts being created by students, rolled up and sold on the dark web, you know, in those kind of channels. So you got people in Manila, in the Philippines, I understand, and India, signing up for all those accounts and then sending them to the dark web and selling them using IP addresses from America. Yeah, so that's how it occurs.
But the more
wow, they halted ASML. Holy fuck.
Industrial scale it is, the more obvious it is to see.
Absolutely.
And Chamath has been saying for a while, why don't you KYC your customers?
Exactly.
Well, they know that if they KYC their customers, it'll slow their growth. So instead, what they're saying is, hey, ban our competitors. Well, that's ridiculous. I mean, they're in the best position to stop the distillation. I think that they're negligent about doing that. Or, I mean, if they really think it's that big a threat, they should use a few points of their 90% gross margins to do that. What you don't do is then say that American developers cannot use everything that's in the public domain. So it seems to me that this debate is all backwards, that the question should be on Anthropic to explain why it's doing such a bad job, not on the whole American open source ecosystem to be punished for Anthropic's failure.
They hate Anthropic so much. It's insane. They hate it so much. DRAM bounce a little bit. Soxo baby bounce. ASML. So halted, is it not? Let's search ASML over the drone shooting video. 18 million FWA. Ugh. I saw it was halted, but I'm not seeing that. Yes. Wow. They only let it go 8%. How big of stock drop in U.S. gets halted? I did not word that right. 5 to 20%, and they ripped it at 8. Wow, they ripped it at 8%, dude. It looks like it's going though. It looks like it's trading. I can't lie, my Claude account has a fake name and a new prepaid card every month. LOL. What the fuck are you doing with Claude, bro? Wow. We need this this Bitcoin thing to hold, like, really bad. Strategy bought no crypto last week. When's the last time Strategy bought crypto? I don't even know. This unironically looks good. 5 weeks. Fuck me. All right, there's like one more all-in clip I want to watch. We watch this. Tank the market. Okay, 2 last clips and all in. One, threadguy's locked in always, bro. One is the future of or the past of distillation.
You know, at Google, in the early days, we would submit millions of search queries to Yahoo and Microsoft search engines to see what the result sets were. And we would compare our results against their results as a way of improving our search engine rankings and our algorithm. It was a very common technique. It doesn't mean we were stealing their algorithm. We didn't go into their servers and steal their software. We looked at the output of their software and used that to improve our software.
It was called benchmarking, right?
You know, at Google,
it's a fucking good clip, David Freeberg. The guy's a genius. This is scary. This is relevant to what just happened, by the way. This is relevant to the market dumping right now, actually.
The strategy as well for China. If you think about the global economy of the last 50 years, the U.S. has
Let's go 1.25 because this is actually very
accrued
important.
so much value by being at the core of the knowledge economy and effectively a services economy. And in that sense, through the development of intellectual property, of IP, of knowledge, and then the conversion of one bit to another bit, we've been able to derive trillions of dollars in GDP. Meanwhile, we outsourced manufacturing and created a sleeping giant in China where they have this incredible manufacturing capacity. And at the end of the day, if you think about the course of like human technology evolution and human prosperity, it's largely driven by our capacity to convert molecules from one form to another and use the least amount of energy possible to do that. That all of technology ultimately leads to that simple equation, molecule conversion, making that beautiful couch behind you at the lowest cost possible, making materials, making semiconductors, making all this stuff. Everything in our world is driven by molecule conversion. So at the end of the day, if the knowledge economy and the services economy gets compressed, much like AI and open source AI in particular, effectively flattens that value because all of that value is now open source, it's free, and it's simply a function of turning on a switch and running it. The value of the US and the Western economy has been largely degraded. And what's left is the value of the molecule economy, the ability to convert molecules and use energy to do that. When you look at the juxtaposition of China versus the United States today, we have 1 terawatt of electricity production capacity in the US.
This is what I was saying at the beginning of stream.
And they're on their way to having 8. We have about
8x more energy.
10 billion square feet of manufacturing capacity. They have 200 billion.
20x more square feet of manufacturing capacity.
And square feet of manufacturing capacity. So they have 20x the manufacturing capacity, 8x the electricity production, plus all of their other sources of energy. And I think that's the long game for China over a decade, 2-3 decade process, is by compressing the knowledge economy and the services economy, commoditizing it completely, they are left holding all the value in the global economy because they can make stuff and they can make it cheaper than anyone because they have the most electricity production. That's a very simple rubric for kind of how I look at the long game that they're trying to play here.
You believe they're trying to commoditize this very important space, just like they did for
global
cables
knowledge,
and cars,
global knowledge and global services. The creation and movement of bits gets commoditized. And what's left over is the creation of electricity and the creation of molecules, both of which they have this very difficult to surmount advantage that's going to make them the core dependency for the world. That's what I think is kind of the long game here.
And so then you see that was recorded 3 days ago, and then you read this, and Not great. There's one more clip that I like. One more clip that I like from Friedberg, that if you want to bet on AI, you should own Google.
I mean,
which is kind of a narrative violation to where we're at right now. Let's watch this one, and then we could be done with All In.
I mean, if you want to bet against Google's deployment of capital into infrastructure because you'd rather have them give you cash for your shares today, you shouldn't own the stock. Someone else will buy it. I think Google wins in a lot of different ways. There's just so much to Google. There's the consumer business, which is a lot of stuff. There's also YouTube. There's also GCP. There's also this portfolio of other bets, which, by the way, includes 10% of SpaceX and a good chunk of Anthropic that they own and so on.
Waymo worth $120
I think they just took a $100 billion write-up on Anthropic in the quarter. So they had $100 billion mark-to-market on Anthropic just in one quarter. And they own a piece of all these businesses. So there's a lot to like about Google. But just on GCP, I think that there's probably no better suited enterprise layer than GCP to take advantage of capturing value with AI for that enterprise setting.
Why?
I think you're just so much better because you have so much of your enterprise data, all your email, your drive, a lot of information that you would want to have AI have knowledge of and have AI have access to improve workplace productivity. And then they're model agnostic. I mean, you can run any model you want and you can run any workflow you want and you don't have to be tied in. A lot of other cloud service providers, cloud SaaS, they're kind of model dependent to run in a certain way. With Google, you can better tune your system how you want to tune it. And what's the worst case scenario? The worst case scenario is they have the lowest cost infrastructure in the world to run other people's models as a service, like Elon did with Grok, with the Colossus.
Elon Web Services seems to be doing pretty great.
And look at the return Elon's making on the Colossus install. So I think if Google, in the worst case scenario, none of their application layer stuff works, none of their network effects work, and they don't have any good models, they're still going to have the world's best infrastructure they can print cash on for years if you believe in AI. So if you want to bet on AI, I think the best public market stock to own is Google.
Narrative violation as well. Google looks terrible right now. They hate their earnings. They hated everything about what Google's done recently. But yeah, we find ourselves in a juxtaposition. I use that correctly? Juxtaposition is where we find ourselves right now. Boy, oh boy. Chat, is anyone at this moment backing up the truck and buying stocks? Is that happening right now? For any of my dear stream friends. I'm scared, not gonna lie. Yeah, so am I. So am I. I bought Ansem. Let's see. What's oil doing? Nothing. Man. Well, Ansem will be coming on stream tomorrow. I'll tell you that. Guess it's a good time for that. First Epic airdrop September 1st. Yeah. Ansem will be coming on stream tomorrow at our second stream. Our second stream of the day. It'll be 4 p.m. Chris Camillo. What does this mean? Late July and half my neighborhood has vanished. We're quietly entering an era where entire classes of people can just disappear all summer. UHNW families, trust fund kids, retirees, entrepreneurs, remote workers, influencers, OF creators, sugar babies. We're already living in the age of abundance. It's just unevenly distributed. Chris Camille talking about sugar babies. ASML and BESI have resumed trading, dropping by 7.48. Yeah, he just lives in. I think he just lives in a nice neighborhood. I also agree with that take. Let's see. ASML. Dude, they're halting stocks after 8% in one day. Like day one, they're halting stocks. That's not great. After one day? Damn, I have like the shivers a little bit. You know what unironically is like doing fine is crypto is not great, but pump fund is not bad. It's Europe market. What do you mean? Diff rules for halting in the US. Ah, I see. I didn't really realize that. Not great here. Here, not bad. Not bad. Not bad. Not bad. Not bad. Not bad. We're seeing all their stocks and rotating to pump. I know, I guess. Where's FWA? Brutal. Okay, the last thing that happened is CXMT is live now, I believe. On CXMT's first trading day, CXMT accounted for 1.14% of the Shanghai Stock Exchange trading volume. That's a fucking lot. TradeX was 234 million in volume. Shanghai Stock Exchange apparently 20.5 billion in volume. And so what does it trade at right now? Yo, TG, we live. What's good, Darren? It's trading at 500 billion. I think the IPO deal closed at 150. YouTube chat is gold. Oh my God. New here, who is this Zoomer? Is he a good trader? Yeah, pull up. Hey, join on Twitch, YouTube. I don't read. Join on YouTube. Twitch.tv/threadguy. It's at 500 billion. I think the deal closed. CXMT IPO deal closed at... What valuation? Let me ask chat. Chat. 85 billion. Okay, thank you. Daniel's like a better version of GPT. 85 billion on CXMT IPO. And right now it's at 500 B. Bellboy's like, I'd pawn everything I fucking owned to put size into this thing if I had an opportunity to do it. I don't believe that he did because I don't see him tweeting about it. But it was on... Okay, so they're planning expansion that may more than double monthly wafer output is crazy. They ink a 5-year ByteDance supply agreement valued over $7 billion is crazy. Trump administration split on additional limits for CXMT, YMTC. YMTC executives pushing internally for trillion won IPO valuation target. CXMT sought assurances. Apple sought assurances. CXMT won't be added to U.S. entity list. They're gonna just send DRAM to fucking the hate, right? I mean, that's just like DRAM just never goes up again. Commodity DRAM is just like finished. CXMT, let's see. Wow, look at this. How's it look on Hyperliquid? Stocks look bad for one day. Stocks look bad for more than one day, brother. Sorry, but stocks look bad for more than one day. That's DRAM. Stocks look bad for more than one day, unfortunately. No, wrong. Hyperliquid. CXMT. Ugh. Crazy. It's in $250 million of volume. $250 million of volume last 24 hours. There's 90 mil open interest. Wicks on this were nasty, by the way. I know they carried my boy DNAP out on this thing, right? They carried my brother DNAP out. F in the chat for DNAP. Hit an F. Pour one out for my boy. Pour one out for my boy. Yeah, F. Thank you. Thank you. They carried him out in a bullshit wick. Thought you get the SpaceX retrace. Thought wrong. Yeah. Well. I don't want to hear this shit. I don't want to hear this shit. Insta mute. I don't care. F in the chat for Damien getting muted, by the way. F in the chat for Damien with the big mute. Big mute. Really hard to get unmuted. F in the chat for Damien. Sorry, brother. Get fucked. How does lighter look to you? Great. I like lighter. I think lighter looks decent. I think that the problem is though the perp dex thing it's just gotten so competitive that I don't really know what exactly is the trade anymore. Like I don't know what the trade is anymore. The closer we get to US regulation, the more competitive it gets. Coinbase, Polymarket, Kalshi, everybody. It gets terrifying. Robinhood. It gets so scary. I don't really entirely know what wins or how to trade it. So I don't own anything. I should have bought lighter on the Robinhood partnership. It was a great trade. But I didn't. And now it feels like a little bit like, I don't know. But you know what does look good? Pump fucking fun. I'll tell you that. We are at an extremely bizarre spot where nobody has any conviction in anything or any idea how this is going to play out. And so I think that there's extreme upside in figuring out your stance, your position, what you believe is going to happen, and just trading it with no regard for what anybody else thinks. To me, that's the spot right now to do that. Figure out what you think is going to happen and trade it because no one else has any fucking idea. No one has any clue. And that, to me, is our job, chat. We have 1 week of streams, then I'm gone. You're going to be without me. And it's time to stop trading charts. And I think start trading fucking some conviction here. This is your job. Is figure out what you believe is going to happen and grip it with both hands, bro, and your balls. Just grip it. Like real grip. Because no one knows, and a 5% move both directions will just whipsaw everybody. It's trading like the cost beefication of American markets is happening. No one has not a damn clue across the board. I guarantee you no one in this chat owns Uniswap. That's not exactly what I'm referring to when I say figure out what to buy. But you know what? I respect it. I respect it. I respect it. How am I going to trade with that TG in the morning? I know. 183 future millionaires in this chat. I also know that. This is the time. This is summer vacation, dude. It's not my fault. It's a family vacation. You want to tell my mom that there's earnings seasons and I'm going to miss the vacation with my extended family? You want to tell her that? Do you want me to call her and tell her that fucking Google has earnings? Did you go on the date with the matchmaker's sister? Oh, that's a funny story. That is a really good story that I don't think Malcolm is going to allow me to tell. No, there's no date. There's no fucking date. Okay. No, it's just like not that good of a stream story. Apparently, you are not allowed to go on a date. Apparently, it's like wrong to go on a date with a sister if you've already flirted with the other sister, even though both sisters were there while the flirting was happening and they're in all the pictures. Yeah. So, F's. According to whom is right, by the way. Apparently. Yeah. So there's no fucking date. It's so bullshit. But honestly, I dodged a bullet. And my $100 deposit into the matchmaking service is being withheld illegally. I could potentially use a lawyer. It's being withheld in a smart contract. It's being custodied by a third party. I do not have access to it. And it was a pre-sale and it's locked up. $100 pretty cheap for matchmaking. Yeah, there's no match. $100 for a fucking email back, man. $100 for an email back is what happened. So there's no match. It's a fucking Ponzi. It's like, you remember, you know your boy who like graduates high school and then he joins one of the, he like starts calling you and randomly asking if you want like really nice chef knives. What are you saying, chef knives? Like, no. Like they're these knives and they're like, they have rubber, like a rubber handle, and they're really good. He starts like trying to like sell you, and you're like, what are you saying? And you're like, no, like, bro, just get your mom. And I'm like, dude, my mom's at home. He's like, can I get your mom's number? No, you can't get my mom's number. Since when are you in sales? It's sort of similar. Deposit and you get nothing. So, yeah. Cutco. Yeah. So that's what happened with my date. If you were really curious. What about Raya scrolling on stream? I'll tell you what, DRAM at like 40, and we're gonna do like day 1 of trying to get a Raya invite and see how long it takes to get ripped on Raya. This is probably how I'm gonna play it. Cutco, yeah. Cutco valuation. 2.5 billion. The Cutco scam. It was only like your one boy that was like fucking up in school too, like the worst kid you know. The kid you are least likely to take investing advice from calls you and he's like, dude, I got these knives. I got these like really good knives, and you're like, what are you talking about? The Cutco scam. Hey, y'all, college student here. I know that the Cutco job is a scam, but my parents do not. Every year they get guilt tripped into buying Cutco knives that are overpriced and not needed. Can everyone please explain how it's a scam so I can show this thread to my dad later? Thanks. It's like, dumbest guy you know convinces your parents that Cutco is a good investment. You know, time to build. You got to stretch 3-hour streams. Talk about kimchi I already have. It's an emotional blackmail hustle because it's your friends, kids, cousins, etc. Yeah, the problem is like the total like pool of capital possible between like scamming my friends and family is just like pretty weak. There's not like that much money to like take. You know what I mean? Like if I went through my neighborhood and tried to scam everybody, like I don't feel like I'm making out that well. I haven't really tried it, but I mean, I convinced a lot of people to buy crypto. But I don't really think my cul-de-sac has enough people to scam. If I really like broke it down. I don't know. Maybe there's some scam potential there, but I don't know. They're losing money in the same shit I am. No arms in your neighborhood closet. Yeah, not that I know of. They might exist. It could exist. Never been a big RM guy myself. Did you give your thoughts on the Odyssey? I have not watched it yet. Please do not spoil the Odyssey. Please don't spoil the Odyssey for me. Do not spoil it. I got tickets 3 weeks from now. Do not. He dies, they fall in love, and they win the war. Do you know what it is, right? Yeah. Bro, what did you just link? Brain Manager IQ test. How many questions? All right, fine. Let's do it. Yeah, let's do it. It's not the easy. This is not like so easy. Am I just getting every question wrong? It's just like the easiest shit ever. This is like the dumbest. Am I getting every question wrong? This is the easiest thing I've ever done in my life. Dude. 3 4-leg chairs and 5 cats. 3 12 22. 3 4-legged chair. Ah! Wait. 3 4-legged chairs. Wait, 3 4-leg chairs and 12 and 5 cat. Oh. I'm fucking tweaking. What? 12 and 5 times 4. Oh, jeez. 5 tails. Read the answers next time, thread guy. At the end of the party, 4 people shake hands with each other. How many handshakes took place? 4. At the end of business meeting, 4 people exchange business cards with each other. Each person places their business cards on the table. How many cards will there be in total? 4. This is so stupid. 5 lions, 3 cats, and 2 pigeons have a total of 5, 8, 10. 20 eyes, obviously. Dude, I'm gonna like break a record. The price of a pair of shoes was lowered by 20%. Oh, I don't do math. I don't really do math. I don't feel like math should be part of an IQ test. The price of a pair of shoes was lowered by 25%. By what percent should the shoes be increased to return to the 90% of the original price? Oh my god. Oh my god. I think it's this. All right, what number's next? 25, 23. Minus 2 add 1, minus 2 add 1, minus 2 add 1. It's not 24. Oh, 25, 26, 27, 28. 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 3 1 3 1 2 3 1 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 40 80 5 6 9 12. I feel like I'm being trolled. Is this like a trick question? 6 9 12 15? This is a trick question. What am I missing? 1 2 add 1 add 2 add 3 add 4. 1 6 add 5 add 5 add 1 add 5 add 1 add 5 19 add 4 add 2 add 4 add 2 add 4 add 2 19 add 6 add 6 add 6 add 6 36 minus 2 minus 1 minus 2 minus 1 minus 2 minus 1 minus 12 plus 11 minus 12 plus 9 minus 12 plus 7 23. Oh, it's not an answer. Hold on. Minus 12 plus 9 minus 12 plus 9 minus 12 plus 9 is like 25. Dude, this is like a joke. How are we not done, guys? Last section. Up, left, down, right. No sides. 3 sides. 1 2 3 4 5 6. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. Wait, what? This is actually stupid. There's nothing. There's nothing here. There's nothing here. Oh my god, these are getting hard. These are actually getting hard. God. Dude. What? These are actually getting hard. What does this even mean? Shared lines? What do you mean shared lines? Shared lines. Shared lines. Shared lines. Shared lines. Respect for doing this on stream, dear Lord. Oh my god, the sequence shit is fucking me up. Dude, how are we not done? This is the worst thing I've ever done. I'm not gonna lie, I just clicked through the last section until I got through. Bananas to a tree as berry is to a. There is fruit bushes though. There are fruit bushes. There are fruit bushes. Driver is to a car as cyclist is to a bicycle, obviously. Which one does not belong? Bananas, apples, carrots, oranges, obviously. Calf, kitten, puppy, mammal. Calf, kitten, puppy, calf, kitten. Probably mammal. Bull is to a horse as kitten is to a cat. Which was bird, snake, fish, panda. Bird, snake, fish. Bird, snake, fish, panda. Bird, snake, fish, fish. Probably fish. Flower, apple, money, branch. Flower, apple, money, branch. Flower, apple, money, branch. Flower, apple, money. Money. Conductor is to an orchestra. Conductor to an orchestra. As to a violinist is to a. I don't know any of these words. I don't know any of these words. Oh, because you play. Yeah, string. Okay. Let's see. Data's been saved. Dude, I have to buy it. Oh my god. Fine. This is such a scam. I don't really want to buy it. Maybe I'll just not buy it. I'm not sure it's a great idea to buy it. I guess we're just not going to know. Yeah, I guess we're just... Oh, actually, my card just declined for 55 cents. I wish I could show you, but it has my card number, but it just declined 55 cents. Yeah, that sucks, man. Sorry, guys. I guess we'll never know. I guess we won't. Sorry, guys. All right, last thing I saw today that was interesting is Kamala Harris is reportedly going to be run by the Democrats again. Kamala Harris is going to be the Democratic nominee, most likely, again. And Marco Rubio, congratulations. You are the 2028 president of the United States of America. Congratulations, Marco Rubio. Congratulations, Marco Rubio. Congratulations. If they run Kamala Harris, it's actually GG. I don't think she can beat Newsom, to be completely honest. I don't know that much about politics, but how is she beating Gavin Newsom? Not happening. Bitcoin, not bad. Everything else is in utter dear God shambles. So here's the deal, chat. Your job, our job as a collective together over the next couple days is going to be to figure out what we believe is going to happen with the AI trade. I believe that we have reached the point where nobody has a single fucking clue what is going to happen. And so as a result, you get the cospification of the world in price action. And so the thing that we are going to do is we're going to figure out where we stand. We're going to stand on it, and we are going to trade it regardless of price action, because price action right now is not real. PA is just not real. It's panic. It's following everybody else, and it's pure fear. And so we're going to figure out what we believe. We're going to fucking trade it, and we are going to make some money. We have 4 more days of stream. We have an Ansem interview tomorrow. It's going to be a banger. It's going to be a great time. I would love to get Hedgehog on stream. He doesn't follow me, though. He doesn't follow me. Let me try to see what I can do. I'll see you tomorrow, and I'll be gone all of next week. 8:30 a.m. every day. I will be streaming, and I will catch you when I catch you. I'll see you when I see you. Have a great rest of your day. I love you, motherfuckers. 1:30. Oh, by the way. I just got the results. They sent me the email. 1:30.